This is the first in a series of videos which I'm going to do on the new G4 guitar application for the teachers, and we will start in this video simply by giving you an overview. I'm not going to go into detail about any of the sections, but just to give you an understanding of how it's laid out. So here, this is what we call the dashboard. You can see along the top here, I've got dashboard, contacts, timetable, links, and then I've got a couple of other things here, such as a zoom that'll zoom it in and zoom it out. And then I have like an admin section, which is where you can enter details. And then there's a question mark there, which is really just for getting help. So the layout of the dashboard, which is what this video is going to cover mostly, is that it's broken into two main sections. And that is the fast links here on the left-hand side. And the idea is that this will take you to the main areas that you'll want to be able to access quickly. And on the right hand side here is the to-do list. So the idea is to keep your daily to-dos in front of you so you're working through them. Make it very easy to sort through and to find what you need. So I'll start with the fast links and then we'll go across to the to-do list. So the fast links here, if we have a look at the top here, you can actually add your Facebook page for your business, or if you want your main Facebook, you can do that. You do that by going into the business admin section, which is this here. So what you're going to be able to do is add your different links here for your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google, your YouTube, and then you'll simply be able to click on these links here and it'll take you straight to them, which is very handy because they're often places that you need to go every day or several times a day to check how things are going. As we work down the list, the first on the list here is a new contact. So by clicking that, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to go to a new contact page and create a new contact. So whether it be a student or a teacher or a supplier or personal, you can add them all in here. Remember, this is mostly about taking care of your students and your teachers. You can put suppliers in here if you want to make it easy to find them and personal, but generally it's reserved, like I said, for students and teachers. I'm not going to go through this, like I said, today. This is just an overview. So we'll move out of here and we'll go back to the dashboard. So the next one is book a lesson. So if you've got a student wanting to book in a lesson, you click on there, but you can also do it when you have a new student, you go via new contact. And again, I won't go into there today. The next one is inquiries, and the idea here is that as a new inquiry comes in, so if you create a new contact, then you're going to be able to click on inquiries and go and have a look at your list of inquiries, and you can do all sorts of things with the inquiries here. You can look at, say, the last 3 days, and if I click 3 days there and click inquiries, you can see that I don't have anything there because there's nothing in the last 3 days listed on here. If I go for the last 30 days and then click inquiries, you can see it'll just show me the inquiries that came through in the last 30 days. It tells me how many records there are. If I want to look, that's inquiries. If I want to look at interested or prospects, and the difference between these three, by the way, is that with inquiries, they are people who just make an initial inquiry. It may be an email or something. Interested is someone who you've actually spoken to. They've shown interest. You know that you should follow up on them. And a prospect is someone who's very interested, so they definitely want to sign up. So you'll want to follow up on them first. And the idea is that you put it in order, so your prospects will be at the top, interested, and then inquiries. And it will sort automatically in that order. So you can set the dates. It tells you how many records are there, and the beauty of this is that you won't be searching for your inquiries anymore. You won't knowing where they are. You simply will have this ability to click on inquiries. You can go into that person's card and have a closer look at who they are, get more details on them, and take it from there. So next is what we call due, and that goes to the timetable, which shows you a list of all the due payments or people who are due to finish their introduction. This puts them in order of, the red means overdue, the orange means they're due literally this week, coming up within the week, and then the black ones are ones that are further away, so more than a week or so. Back to the dashboard. Next, we'll go down to the student notes, and so on each contact, if I go to a contact here, I'll just move to like a current contact. So here if we just have a look here, okay, so on here you can make a note on a student. The idea of a note is it's a to-do, but it's a to-do specifically for that student. So let's just say this Joan Jett here, you want to go and make a comment, and so you put your name in there. This is for the staff, the teacher, the member, or the manager, and then the type of note that it's going to be. So it may be something about a policy you need to talk to them about, and then you can have the priority, whether it's A, B, C. It'll automatically be an A priority, but you can change that, and then you might put your note in here. So you just put the details of your note right there, and then what that's going to do is now be appearing on the notes. And you can also put in a due date here. So if you want to make sure that you attend to it by a certain date, then you can put in the date there. And what happens is that you can go from here where it says notes on that arrow, but we'll just go back to the dashboard. By clicking on student notes, then you're going to get a list of all the notes, and they're in the order of due date. So, you know, again, it's like a to-do list, and you just work through each of those to make sure that you've attended to all your students' needs. Okay, so then we go down to contact list, and this is really a full list of all your contacts. So you can scroll through there, you can search through there, you can sort them in different orders by the name, by the status. Any of those headings that are feasibly sortable will be sortable. So that's the full contact list, and that's the same as this, except with this list, this is showing you obviously a form or a card. Whereas when you go to the other list, which you can also access from here, it gives you the full list of your students, or a full list of everybody on your contact list. Now this one is checklist. This is pretty cool. In the checklist, what this does is for each and every student, you can create a, you have already built into their contact is a checklist. And what happens is, say, this guy here, John Smith, if I click on the arrow there, I can see that he's done reading, he's completed on his checklist. But let's say he completes his picking, I just click the Y there and the chords, and that he's now completed that. And I can go and have a look at a full overview of that and see how he compares to all the other students. And I can sort these in any column I like. And like I said, I won't go into much detail here today, but I'll just give you a bit of an overview. The next one is status, and this just lets me see what's going on as far as the status of what I've got. So how many interested, how many passed, how many inquiries I've got sitting, current, intro, and booked. And that's really good because it lets me know where the majority of people are sitting. In this particular graph, it tells me that there's 9. Okay, so coming down to marketing, I can get an overview of marketing to see where I'm getting my best response. In this case, it would be flyers because I've got 7 there, and then I've got other categories here. So it's really good for just getting a quick overview, and that's really what you want. You just want to get a quick idea with those ones. Then we've got ROI, and again, I won't go into details here, but this will allow you to see the value of each of your students and see what the total value is. You can even segment it into, you know, your intro students, your current students, past students, and just see what return on your investment that you're getting. And then there's what we call a profit and loss, and based on the information that you put in, it can quickly work out how much money you've got coming in. This is saying, for instance, there are 7 intros and 5 subscribers, and it works out how much that is, and you could put in your expenses here. It'll work out the profit, your annual profit. You can put in your tax. So any of the yellow ones you enter, and then it gives you an overall net profit that you should be earning. So that's really handy as well. And then we've got this section, which I think is probably one of the biggest benefits of this software, is that this is, I've called this print shop. It looks pretty plain at the moment, but the idea is that all the things that you want to print are here. So if you want to make a certificate for a student, then you can just go straight here. And what you do is you select the student. We've got this Mucky Masters here, so we go into Mucky, and if we go back to the print shop, which is here, and we click on the certificate, then we can see the name is automatically in there. We can choose we can change the level. The level should be automatic as well, and we can change the actual name. So you can see that this is just one. This is a certificate. There's awards. There's all sorts of things in there, emails, and the idea is that you don't have to keep manually putting these things together. You can just use their card to find what you need. And from there, what you're going to do is, once you've done it, you can either just print it straight out as a PDF, and that's what that does there, or you can click on the email there and it'll send an email with that PDF attached to whoever the contact is on this card. So you can see that it's very easy. So that's the overview. Just like I said, I just wanted to give you an idea of what these fast links are. Now the to-do list on the right here is pretty straightforward. You can sort by any of these rows. If you want to make a new to-do, you just go to the bottom of the list and you just choose what it is that you want. So let's say it's category B and it's about the student, and here it automatically puts in today's date. And then if you want to put in whatever it is the to-do there, that goes in there, and then it'll automatically sort it to where it should be. And from there you can sort. So if you just want to sort the categories, you want to sort the due date, even the to-do itself, and you can even put a link in there if you want to link it to somewhere else. And on the side here, this just allows you to either hide all the categories and then just show whichever categories you want, or you can show all the categories, so it allows you there. Down the bottom here, we've got a few extra buttons. One is a list where it'll show you a complete list of all your to-dos, because what you can do, and I'll go back and I'll show you here, is you can hide any of these. So by clicking this little eye with a cross line through it, that will actually hide that. So if I want to go here, sales test, and hide that, it no longer appears on my to-do list. But if I go into the main list, it'll still appear in this main list, but it's now been hidden, and it actually changes it from A to Z listing as a hidden item. So then we've got the A list email here, and that means that it'll email you a list of your A's. So in other words, all these at the top, it'll get emailed off to you. So if you just want to click on that to send yourself an email, or even forward that email to somebody else who might be taking care of your A list. You can also click the overdue ones, so it'll sort the overdue, and you can also export it. So that's a quick overview for now. In the videos coming up, what I'll be doing is going into more detail about how to enroll a student, how to create certificates and print awards and so forth. So there'll be more coming up. So hang in there and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.